Hey guys, it's Frank. Here we are in Game 2 of the Grand Finals of Discovery Cup. It's Argros versus Try, Argros being the Celestial player up here in the upper right. There's Try, Infernal player, starting off with an Iron Vault opener. So immediately we're going to see no surprises here, we're going to see the Morph Core go for a collection array down here by the double Luminite, and I think that's where most of the buildings are going to be built as well. Just because you have these little choke points, and I guess this isn't really a choke point, but it's much harder to assault through here. You can knock down the trees to kind of backdoor, but that is not a simple task. I guess it is if you have a Magmadon, but it still takes a little bit of time to clear it all out, and then that gives the Celestial player some time to reinforce. Sovereign's Watch is going to get popped, and he's going to start focusing down these Shadow Mastiffs, which are going to, I guess, rush the collection array. The collection array heals itself though, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. Hexen's going to get a little bit too close for comfort, and he's going to do his Tusken Raider dance back home. I think he could have taken that last Shadow Mastiff personally, because Sovereign's Watch ran out, and I don't think there's another one yet. Morph Core versus Shadow Mastiff. I'll see you in 20 minutes when that finishes up. Conclave does go down over by the Infernal Natural. Just as the Brute and the Hexen are going to come forward and try to take this speed camp. First two Hexens pop out and they're going to help the situation. Brute does not get manually split, I don't think. Chicken goes down. Last Shadow Mastiff goes down, and he can't. Yeah, you don't want to forget to get the camp if you spent all that time taking it. Okay, so we do see the second collection array going down. It looks like the camp did get cleared. I don't we might see, yeah, a Morph Core can definitely capture that, and he does. All right, Creation Chamber going down on the side of Argros. Meanwhile, back at home for the Infernal player, we're seeing a fully saturated Luminite. Not too much saturation on Ethereum just yet. Not that saturation means anything at Ethereum patch, because it just changes so much. And the expansion shrine's going up, which is great. So we see a bunch of fiends and one brute that's going to take all this damage from the shadow demons. And yeah, this vision camp's going to go down really, really quickly. Saves the brute, which is nice. And he gets the vision camp. And the health camp went down. That was pretty quickly. Must have been while I was over here admiring the Celestial base. Still don't see anything in the Celestial main other than the Arc ship getting all that Therium. A bunch of fiends are going to come up and scout, probably. You know, I wonder how useful it would be to have an imp back here just slowly clearing things up, because you know the Celestial player is always going to go for this double Luminite mine. So why not have an imp slowly working at, like, chopping all these trees down? So that way when you're ready to assault, you know, you just chop down. Oh, because these are all flying. They would see. They would see. Not that it matters, though. The Infernal player is going to come over here and steal the health camp. Getting actual health regen for Infernal players is pretty good. They have such high unit count armies that the overall health of that entire army just benefits more from the health camp. Going to come down here and keep on harvesting camps with this vision camp. Looks like it's going to be 3 Argents and a Saber that are going to go capture the health camp, though. Not that they get any Luminite out of the deal, but they still get to get that passive health regen. I think it's less than 1 per second. It's got to be. But, okay, is he going to send... Oh, 2 Fiends are going to try and chase down this Saber. Are they going to get it? No. But they are going to surround all these Argents, and they're going to be able to pick them off quite quickly. Are these Fiends going to get the surrounds on these Sabers? I think they might. No, they don't. They don't. It's not quite a surround. Quite a bit of the Fiends getting picked off. Quite a fair few of the Gaunts, too. And I think the Hexen, he lost the Hexen as well. That's a big loss. Especially for creeping. That the Skull of Shetta to generate Fiends from creep kills is pretty useful. Losing that's a bit of a hit. I don't know that Argos wants to take this camp just yet, though. He doesn't have the unit count for it. He's got 2 sabers and what? 2 Argents? That's not enough to take. Oh, he's gonna use the evolution catalyst to sit there and take it. Very clever. Very clever. Okay. Meanwhile, back at home, our Try is going to be taking his expansion at the double Luminite camp, so we're going to see his eco boost up quite a bit here. Does he have? Okay, so he's got full saturation over here. He doesn't have full saturation at his natural. I don't know how he's going to get the imp production up to get this base up and running. But it's nice that it's there, I guess. We don't see Try going out and getting more camps just yet. I think losing that Hexen is really biting him. We are going to see a couple of fiends run around and maybe just sit there and act as scouts, just in case Argos tries to do a cheeky little flank. We'll see. No, that must have just been. I think these are scouting fiends. Oh, and he's going to come over here and steal the Luminite camp. I like that. Meanwhile, though, Argos is going to take the Luminite camp on the other side of this this giant X marks the spot terrain feature. Bunch of fiends are going to rush forward, but I guess they don't want to engage into the indirect fire of all those sabers. At least not until, yeah, okay, now we've got a couple of weavers forward, and they can yoink back the sabers. Just like that, there we go. First saber gets yoinked. Second saber gets yoinked and burst down. He's got energy for a third, but the cooldown's hurting him. Alright, the brutes are taking care of the Argents. The fiends are rushing forward. They're probably going to be able to take out these, or at least slow down. Oh, they get 2 of them. What a catch. Brute's going to get the other surround. Yeah, down 2 more sabers. So really, the Celestial army is 2 sabers and 2 Argents right now. That's a rough position to be in. We see a lot more infrastructure going down around the third for Try. Yeah, and he does finally have full saturation on his natural, and he's working on full saturation on this third. But now he's kind of scared off, and he's kind of scared off Argros, and he has basically the map to himself. Argos could try to poke back out a little bit, but I would leave it well alone. Yeah, 1 Argent recapturing the Luminite camp isn't going to really work. 4 Argents and 3 Sabers against such a big army, I think, is ill-advised. Okay, that was cool. Seeing that entire front line of fiends evaporate like that was... I mean, that's textbook use for why you want to use these... why it's not a bad idea to use the Sabers against light units. Same thing for the fiends. They'll naturally kind of arc out, and that's like maximum efficient hits for the Saber. Okay, so they are going to recapture this Luminite camp. We do see basically full efficiency out of these 2, though. What tech do we have going on? Okay, we do see a ritual chamber that's down. Do the Gaunts already have Plaxes? They do. Okay. Infernal player is going to retake this level 2 speed camp, which would be nice. Especially just because the Weavers are so slow. They do get a movement speed bonus on Shroud. But the moment they're off Shroud, they're back to being very slow again. So, oh, he doesn't capitalize on the effigy to make a permanent one. The Celestial player does scan and see the basically fully saturated shrine over here, and he's gonna pull back. Yeah, he just doesn't have the army for it. Pull back. All your units are heavy. You know that the opponent has Weavers that are just gonna like devour all of your Sabers. Even that volley, I think, was ill-advised. Yeah, just get out of there. Oh, we see the Nightfall Infestation go down on the back line here. But are the Weavers going to be able to catch? Okay, double yoink on the Sabers. They do get pulled back. He doesn't have much DPS on his back line, though. A lot of those Gaunts already got taken out. Looks like it's just a Weaver front line and like a Brute and a couple of Fiends. He's going to do the map-wide Shroud. These Fiends are going to be pretty effective at picking off the Argents and maybe eventually the Sabers. Down to 1 Weaver, reinforcing Argents from the north. But we're down to a low unit count game. It's the it's as many Weavers as can get produced versus as many Argents that can get produced. But these Fiends are gonna encircle these Argents, but realize that right when the map-wide shroud fades away, that's not worth the fight. They're gonna go back home. This effigy, oh, that's a permanent effigy. That's one of the 200. It's one of the 200 ones. Oh, Spriggans are out though. Spriggans do bonus damage against heavy, and Sabers can't shoot them, which is going to be really nice. So they're light units, so they're not going to take bonus damage, but they're going to do bonus damage against the Argents. That's going to be something that Argros needs to scout or anticipate, because if the Spriggans just show up with no counter to them, that might be a game-ending move, just because there's no response. It's up and ready. And building scythes takes time. We see the Gaunt population just shoot right back up, though. I think that's because of all this. Yeah, Try's just got so much Luminite. He's got more than he can spend. Really, it's the Therium that's his limiting factor, his Limfac. And I think Spriggans are a bit expensive on the Therium side as well. Well, not expensive as in they're imbalanced, but that's just what's going to soak up a lot of the Luminite. They are going to stay on the front line here against the Argents. All right, we see another Saber get yoinked in. We see the Spriggans moving forward. So they're not taking bonus damage, but flying directly over all that DPS density, I think, is not a great idea. They are going to go straight to the back line, though, and start focusing down these Sabers. Are there going to be enough of them to take down the final Saber? I don't think it really matters, just because all the rest of them have already been taken care of. So now we're down to Argent Ball and one Saber, and they're on the back foot. And I think Try might just win. He's not taking a whole lot of damage, but he keeps on chipping away at the Celestial Army here. Gonna keep going. Yeah, every Saber that keeps on reinforcing just keeps getting yoinked. And they're not getting their money's worth. They're not doing at least their money's worth of damage before they die. Alright, Argents are getting chased all the way back to their collection arrays. We might see Sovereign's Watch getting popped again, which would be very helpful in the fight. In fact, okay, we do see one Saber's up. But it does get popped pretty quickly, and now we're not seeing much of a Celestial Army at all. I would get that Weaver out of there. Yeah, just because Sovereign's Watch does increasing damage the longer it fires. Unfortunately, the Weaver can't get the health cabbage to heal up, and losing a Weaver's not a small deal. Oh, it lives, though. He does escape to fight another day. This is so many Gaunts that are surrounding, just not enough army. I think he can just win. He knows that his opponent just popped Sovereign's Watch. Is he going to pop another one? He's got energy for it. And there's the GG from Argros. He knows he's down. Yeah, the supply don't lie. He's down by 100 supply. And that'll be it for Game 2 of the Grand Finals of Discovery Cup.